What's going on, guys? Satsuki the Savage here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Happy Sugar Life, episode 11. So with this episode, we're starting to connect more and more dots. We know from the first episode that Sato and Shio are going to be on top of the apartment building while it's on fire. Then Shio's going to hug Sato so hard that they both fall off the building. And we know that this is supposed to be the ending because of the rings. So pretty much from episode 1, we already knew how this was going to end, but it's just a matter of how do we get to that process. Now we know from this episode that Sato is going to set the building on fire herself. But then the question still remains, how are they going to get to the rooftop and why do they just apparently kill themselves? I think all we know for certain is that Asahi is going to have something to do with why Sato and Shio jump off the building, because he has still not met up with Shio. And with only one episode left, I can't imagine Happy Sugar Life ending without Asahi meeting up with his sister. But then the question still remains, how is Asahi going to find out where Sato lives? Because Sato even has it to where her own workplace doesn't know where she lives at. She, of course, put her own auntie's address where her information is supposed to be. So there's nobody who knows where Sato really lives. Except, of course, Sato's aunt. But it seems like she's not going to snitch on Sato. One thing that I don't want to happen is Asahi somehow stumbling upon Sato's apartment, because that'll feel really cheap considering it took everybody just like scrambling and searching. Where does Sato live? And then we'll have like Asahi just like, oh, hey Sato. If and when Asahi finds out where Sato lives, I want it to be because he did some detective type of work. Even if he did something as simple as follow Sato, as long as he doesn't discover where she lives by chance. Now, talking about this episode, Asahi kind of went vigilante. He knocked Taiyo upside the head with a baseball bat and demanded to know where the hell was Shio. Asahi kind of turned into a rogue villain, because from Jump Street, he was already interrogating Taiyo, even though he didn't know the whole picture. Of course, from the viewer's perspective, we already know how screwed up Taiyo is, how he wants Shio for himself, but Asahi didn't know that until Taiyo opened his stupid mouth. I just gotta shake my head because Taiyo is just, oh man. I don't remember if Taiyo realizes the relationship between Asahi and Shio. Either way, he realizes that Asahi wants to find Shio. Why would you then say, hey, I want to find Shio too? And he just really incriminated himself. It's also kind of funny how Asahi is kind of like a badass now. After his introduction, when we seen him, he looked kind of like sickly and weak and not really manly. But now in this episode, he's like, where the fuck is Shio? And something that surprised me in this episode was that Sato went to her aunt for help, because we know she's not really fond of her aunt. But really what she's not fond of is her aunt's whole ideal on what love is. Sato's aunt basically loves everybody indiscriminately. You could be kind, you could be a jackass, you could be a killer. It does not matter. Sato's aunt will love you regardless. And while they keep classifying it as love, it seems more like sexual lust. And then you had Sato kind of challenge her aunt's ideal of love with her own, where she said, I just love one person and your love isn't right since you love everybody equally. There's not somebody that you love above everyone else. And while I get what Sato is saying, love is so subjective that you can't really define it by one person's ideology. While I may think Sato's aunt is like very loose, all right, just to be nice, if she defines that as love, so be it. And while this is off topic, I have to give a shout out to Sato's boss, because this is the nicest boss in the history of bosses. Taiyo has missed God knows how many days of work, and she's just cool with it. Honestly, a boss like that is 1 in a billion. Now, I don't read the manga, but how things are going, it seems like we're going to get an anime original ending. People have told me that the manga is still ongoing, so unless the next episode leaves legway for a season 2, it seems like it's going to be an original ending. Overall though, I thought this was a good episode, and I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to wrap everything up with the next episode. But guys, that is it for this review. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, out.